One of the most strange doctrines that ever came out was what we call the bedroom laws. And this came out back in, well, it was very sensitive, let me put it this way, it fell down over there, and maybe Bob, you could put that up. We can't talk about all the strange doctrines of the Watchtower, but each time we have a seminar, we'll bring some of these things up, because there's so many things. I mean, 100 years and 1,000 men come up with all of this. But anyways, a very sensitive and extremely awkward question from the readers appeared in the December 1st, 1972 Watchtower. The article states, "It is not the purpose of this magazine to discuss all the intimate aspects of marital relations." That's what the questions of the readers said. But now, I make a statement here. But the Watchtower takes the liberty to deem what they say is obscene. The Watchtower says, and I'm reading it verbatim, "It is certainly not the responsibility of elders or any others in the Christian congregation to search into the private lives of married couples." Well, I should hope not. They're printing that right in the Watchtower. Nevertheless, if future cases of gross natural conduct, such as, I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'll show you later if you like, all right? But such conduct as blank and blank are brought to the elders' attention, the elders should get moving to correct the situation. Now, friends, I want to tell you, the Watchtower is very much like the Mafia. And please don't misunderstand me. I don't mean any disrespect for the Mafia. But if persons willfully show disrespect, this is what the article went on to say, if these married couples don't listen to the counsel from the Watchtower, and they show disrespect for Jehovah's, God's marriage arrangements, then it becomes necessary to remove them from the congregation. Disfellowship. Now, many couples didn't agree with the elders in your bedroom. I don't think there's anybody in this room who would like that, would you? Of course you wouldn't. In this high-control environment, no one is immune from prosecution for disagreeing with anything from the society. If they say it, you do it. To reaffirm their position and take complete control of your married life, 2 years later, in 1974, November 15th, Watchtower, questions from readers shocked many couples. This was the question that appeared in the Watchtower. Do lewd practices on the part of a married person toward that one's own mate constitute a scriptural basis for the offended mate to get a divorce? In essence, what I was saying is this. If you had a mate and they were doing certain things in the marriage arrangement, but you really didn't approve of it, then you could take it up with the elders and you could get, according to their rules, a scriptural divorce based, as they said then, on the Bible. That is shocking, friends. We're talking about something taking place in the marriage arrangement, not outside the marriage arrangement. The Watchtower teaching is focused on the Word, and this is how they come up with this idea of being able to get divorced because of some practices taking place in the marriage. They focus on the word fornication. And they were trying to say what fornication was. They say, biblically speaking, that fornication would be the criteria, according to Matthew the 5th chapter, that would be the grounds for a divorce. As explained in the 74 Watchtower, in common Greek, which Jesus' words are recorded, as we know, the term fornication is porneia. And this is how they're explaining it. Some remember that. So hence the circumstances that could arise would make lewd practices, porneia, of a married couple toward that one's married mate a basis for divorce. Well, what if the lewd practices were engaged in mutual consent? Now, this is what the governing body has to deal with. This is what even poor elders have to deal with. What if it was mutual? Do we both get divorced? How does that work? Neither mate would have the basis for claiming porneia, no grounds for divorce. In other words, we're both doing it, so we have to stay married. So some of these crazy laws, I mean, there's two things you don't want to see made, friends. There's two things in life you don't want to see made. You don't want to see sausages made, and you don't want to see Watchtower law made, because it's just crazy. It is just absolutely crazy. So marriages were breaking apart. They were causing all kinds of nervousness, confusion, frigidity, anxiousness in the marriage arrangement. People becoming frustrated. Marriages were breaking apart, separations, divorces. And again, the elders too had to be brought in here. And this is a crazy thing. Some of them didn't want to have to deal with this, and break up families and displace children. And this was over the top. This was not a comforting thing, and it became very unsettling for the governing body. So in March 1983 Watchtower, the organization changed its teachings on porneia. It now says porneia involves unlawful sexual conduct outside, not inside now, you see the change. Porneia involves unlawful sexual conduct outside the marital arrangement. Thus, the mates enforcing perverted acts such as, you want to know what they are, I'll show you later, within the marriage arrangement would not constitute a scriptural basis for divorce that would set the party free for remarriage. So they changed the issue here. They changed the issue. Confused a lot of people. Well, wait a minute. God's only true channel of Bible understanding is the one that is doing this. I mean, did the witnesses see this? What about those witnesses who left their marriage mates and got divorced and remarried someone else? Families, as we said, were broken. They were told how they were made. They made a decision to get a divorce based on what the governing body through Watchtower Publications told them. Now, what apology did the Watchtower offer? I'm just going to grab my Watchtower over here. What is there an apology? Did they come back maybe at an assembly and apologize to the audience? Did they maybe write an article in the Watchtower and say, we're very, very sorry for this. We didn't mean to break your marriage up and displace your children. Well, maybe they could even write a book about it. You know, a long book, apologize. Did that happen? No. They came out of the March 15, 83 Watchtower. And what they basically did here is they reduced it to a footnote.